Buddy, how we doing?
Good, is that it?
It's that easy, huh?
Like Chris Horton was talking about kind of what it was like to come up from the intern level and really grow as a coach in this organization. I mean, when you reflect on all that time that you've spent here, under sort of the culture that John created, if you do become a head coach one day, what do you think you've taken away from that to sort of get you there?
Oh man, there's so much. It's just we're so fortunate and lucky to be around. First of all, the organization, but the organizations, when you think it's made up of people, right? And the alignment that comes from the top here. When I was an intern, Ozzie being the general manager, starting with him, starting with Steve, now working with Eric, and really everybody throughout the building, and then ultimately John and the person that he is and the leader that he is. You have great role models that you look up to, and that are high integrity, high character individuals, and just phenomenal leaders. So they're easy guys to follow, and if and when that opportunity presents itself, obviously you want to model that behavior after them.
Mike, on that note, how do you balance the interest that you're drawing from other teams with your task in your current role?
Yeah, I mean, this is the first time I'm going through it, so not a lot of experience to draw off of. But the way that the schedule sets up, you just have to deal with how it's structured. So right now, this week, there's a lot of work that we're getting done here in the building, not necessarily for future opponents. I mean, there's some back work kind of being done behind the scenes, but our focus right now with our guys is trying to improve and really stay sharp and ramp up and make sure we're at our A game, come next weekend. So when we're here, that's what we're focused on. And then fortunately, I can try to compartmentalize it and then, work on, the Zooms and things that happen at night. And I'm doing those at my house.
And I asked Todd this, just as a follow-up, like, what does it say about the Ravens organization and this staff in particular this year that there's so much interest from other clubs around the league in these coaches, yourself included?
Well, like I referenced earlier, it's about we have phenomenal people here, and the organization and the team has helped us, put us in these types of situations. All these coaches, I think now you understand what type of talented people that we have. So I'm excited for all, the coaches that have opportunities. They definitely deserve it. Phenomenal human beings, great leaders, great coaches. So you're rooting for them throughout the process, and I think also we all understand that there's a mission here involved as well. So we're still laser sharp focused on the goal at hand, and we all know that's obviously it starts with next weekend.
So Mike, just to clarify, I guess the rule is you're not allowed to talk in person until after July 22nd, correct?
Right.
But have you talked to teams at night, like when you're home on Zoom and stuff? You've already done that.
Yes.
Okay.
Mike, we know it's one of 4 different teams. You could play next weekend, but you've played all those teams. How does that help in terms of preparation, knowing that you can't put together a elaborate game plan, but you do have some working knowledge to go off?
Yeah, it's always there's different things going on when you play a team twice. So you have to have an understanding of what the thoughts were going into the game, and a lot of times there's path dependence involved in how they've operated going into that game too. So variables change, things like that, but. You try to have a great process after you play them to kind of debrief and figure out, hey, this is how we played them. This is how we probably should have played them. Next time we got to think about, these things. And so we have that information available. Our guys are doing a lot of work right now behind the scenes. But like I said, a lot of the focus right now, it's not easy to prepare for like 4 possibilities, So as it starts to come into focus, over the weekend, now we can kind of sit down and go full steam ahead, going into next week.
Like, does Roquan have a certain ability or knack to make the teammates he's playing around better? And if so, sort of how does that kind of manifest?
Absolutely, it's a secret sauce, man. There's a magnetism to him that guys gravitate towards him naturally. He always has great energy. I think it just you can't help being around a guy like that plays the way he plays with the passion that he has. And not be attracted to that, and the way he plays it in terms of just getting to the football. If you're not playing with him, then it pops out on tape, and the guys realize that. Obviously, just a tremendous leader all around. So the guys respect him for just how he operates.
Like, how much have you conversed with John about these opportunities and vacancies in Louisville?
Well, we had an interesting plane flight to and from Houston the other day, so we had a time to have, we had a great conversation on the plane, and just very, very, very thankful about his support that he's given to me and probably the other coaches as well. So he's been awesome.
What was that experience like on Monday night for you? I mean, it was. Obviously we talked to John about it. It's his family, but I mean, it's your family in a way too. I mean, what was that experience like?
It was a phenomenal. I mean, it was a phenomenal experience. Something we laughed about it. However the story was going to play out with the play and everything, but it's something that we'll cherish for a long time. There's a lot of work that goes in, dedication that goes into getting to that point for that team, and you realize when you're in the stands that the families are involved too. The wives, the children, just friends of coaches and things like that. All the fans. It was pretty cool to see it kind of come full circle, and then obviously we were on the field afterwards, and just the joy that everybody had from seeing the whole process through was a special time for sure.
You don't watch a lot of football games as a fan anymore. What was that like? Did that feel weird, or how that?
I haven't been in the stands in a long time, but it was cool. Yeah, I had a beer. It was good.
All right.
All right. Thanks, guys.